guys, welcome back to Chasing You. This one's been a little while coming. I'm finally getting around to it. Apologize. Okay, but we're going to do the new episodes. I think there's episodes, I want to say 4, 5, and 6. I was told that I need at least 24 intuition on episode 4. I don't have that. But that's fine. It wasn't possible for me to do that because I went the 21 logic for the other thing. I was trying to balance it a little bit because I managed to get all the intuition and all the logic points in the first season. Because if you didn't remember, I did a replay the first season, made maybe a lot of changes. Okay, and I got Dante and Eliza to stay, so that's great. Well, they didn't stay, but they're not gone forever. They'll come back eventually, so hopefully we can get them to help us, particularly Eliza with their uncle, my uncle, so their adoptive father. Look. I've already forgotten what that dude's name. Charles? Yeah, with him. Because he's still out and about, running around. And they also said we need I have 14 intuition right now. Said we need 15 or so for this episode or episode 6. Something like that. So I have 14. So I'll be able to do the 15 intuition thing. And the logic points, oddly enough, the amount you need are less than what you needed for the logic choice that came in episode 2 of this season. So very strange. The only few changes that I did, I did a lot more of Alexander's diamond scenes. I'm still pursuing Sam mainly as my most select, but I'm kind of dating Sam, Alexander, and Rachel. So far that's going decently. I'm pretty sure at some point, probably in this update, I'm going to have to decide for sure. But I've already decided. I've already chosen Sam. I was just curious more about Alexander's scenes because I think on a second replay, he's funnier to me because I like him now. But I wasn't sure about him then. So, yeah, he's a little funnier. He can be interesting. He's still slightly inappropriate, but that's okay. But now we're going to his home, or whatever. It says, welcome to Sweden, the country of impeccable nature, handsome men, and more troubles. Of course more troubles, because that's all we ever do. I have 3 teacups, which should be all that I need, which is great. So we'll see how this goes. So new love interest this season, possibly Eve. And possibly that new guy, what's his name? Not Edward, that was his brother. It was something Cadigan. My sound is weird. It's not in my ear. Hold on. Alright, the sound is in my ear now. I think I got that sorted. There was something weird going on and I wasn't playing in my headphones. Anyway, okay. We've got that sorted. Looks like everything is playing correctly, I hope. This episode was Secret Stockholm Syndrome, something like that. We'll see. And we will definitely check out Skansen. I haven't been there for, about 10 years, I guess. Right, Alexander? The man mutters something vague without taking his eyes off the document. See, if you were to do this every day, you wouldn't have to dig through this amount of papers. I hate deadlines. How does he run a business? I guess with her help. You recall turning in the final assignments at university and your whole body shuddered in agreement. Ray, are we going to live in Stockholm? Yes. Yeah, she's calling her Ray now, which is interesting. Yes, Alexander has already rented an apartment. One for all of us? Raising his eyes from the document, Alexander shot a mocking glance at you for some reason. Don't worry, princess. Nothing is threatening your virginity. Yeah, saying that I've slept with all 3 of you, less long gone. Melody and I are gentlemen. Rachel rolled her eyes and threw a nut at him. Can you be serious for just 5 minutes? I've been serious since 2 days ago. As soon as I saw these reports, I immediately lost my sense of humor. Is it that bad? On the contrary, we are ahead of the plan and we have received 7 more orders. There was poorly hidden disgust in his voice. Well, yo, why you mad? Why you mad? Why are you upset then? Are there any problems with the tax office? If we ask him about his feelings, that might be intuition-like. Maybe. This could not be a skill point at all. But I'm gonna guess it is, I need one more intuition point. Why are you so upset then? Boom, got it. Let me write it down. Okay, now I have 15 intuition points. That should be everything that I need for this upcoming chapter. For the rest of this time, I'm trying to go logic as best as I can. And we'll see what happens. Look at this shrewd girl. Took her 3 days to notice. He grimaced at him. He raised the document again and shook it thoughtfully in his hand. These 3 orders seem off to me. Rachel took the sheet from him and briefly looked through it. Well, apart from them all being under the same name, everything seems to be fine. 3 yachts for 1 person? Isn't that a bit too much? There was a similar case in our practice, but from an old familiar client. And this one's some new bloke. You two looked into the page with interest. The customer is Mr. Viziriki. What nonsense. Yeah, see, this is where you need 24 intuition, which I don't have. That's fine. Are they French or something? Sam raised an eyebrow in surprise. Well, they have these strange names. Spoken like a true Englishwoman, I see. Spoken like someone who likes stereotypes. Alexander chuckled and again returned his attention to the folder. Rachel returned through her book. Sam got back to the detective training course. He took a sideways glance at him with a mixture of joy and melancholy. I'm kind of happy that he's still got something to do and that he's happy, but I just can't get rid of the feeling that he's drifting further away from us. He's busy all the time and only talks about his agency. And Alexander gets mad at him more than usual. If only I knew why. Shaking your head, you got up and headed to the restroom. Boeing 777. We have everything, including antidepressants. You were amused by the advertising sounding voice in your head, so you decided to continue. A beautiful modern toilet with a proper latch awaits you. Porthole showing the sky and... Christopher? Christopher! That was his name. And him and his brother are sketch as hell. Edward more so than him. But that's what Christopher Cadigan. That's what it was. Because they made a weird note that I didn't remember his last name before. I don't know if that's going to come back into play. I personally remember, but the character doesn't. Yeah. So, he's been following us around everywhere. And apparently he's still following us around. He just happens to be coming to Sweden too. Really? Oh, Melody. Look at shock and surprise. You blankly stare at each other, not knowing how to react. I assume you're following me. I do. But see, we don't want to come out and say that we know that he's suspicious, because we know he's suspicious. Let's just keep it under wraps. Relationship with Christopher has improved. See, that makes me think that he's some sort of LI or something. Maybe potentially. He could be. He's kind of cute, but I'd validate the people that we already have available. Just saying. A pleasant smile immediately appeared on his face. Same here. It seems to me that coincidences like this only happen in movies. Yeah, they should, but you know, you following me. He is real cute. Yeah, with me being the main character and the genre being a thriller. But how did I not notice you when we landed? You probably came earlier and had the front seats? I was a little late and my seat is over there in the back of the business class. He nodded his head, the curtain dividing the business class in half. Melody, I don't believe in fate, but I have never had such a coincidence in my life. How long will you be staying in Stockholm? Well, I don't know yet. You'll make me the happiest person on this planet if you'd agree to go for a walk with me. He stared at you with a gentle, charming smile. Well, I don't know. I can't promise anything yet. The plane shook. The fasten your seatbelt sign came on, but naturally you ignored it. Given who you are and things that happen to you, I would have had my seatbelt strapped tight. Let me call you tomorrow and we'll decide, yeah? When do you have my phone number? Is he asking for my phone number now? I'll be busy tonight, but tomorrow I'll be all yours if you agree. I don't know how things will turn out, but if he's an enemy, it's better to keep him close. See, that's why I wasn't out like, you know, you sketch, bro. Because we need to keep that a little bit down low because we need to do some, what do you call it? Reconnaissance. I don't know, surveillance. Here's my number. See, I knew he didn't have her number. He tried to be slick. He did not have her number before. He was trying to get it without outright asking for it. I got his number. Well, obviously, but you know what I mean. I gotta stop. After chatting for a few minutes and exchanging contact details, the stewardess mercilessly escorted you back to your seats. The fasten your seatbelt sign stayed lit until the landing. Your group was wary of Christopher's appearance. Alexander pulled you to get off the plane so quickly that you didn't even have time to say goodbye. I don't blame him. It's cute. Walking to the middle of the living room, Alexander looked around and grunted his approval. Welcome to our temporary home. I called dibs on staying in the same room with you, Rachel, Sam, or locked doors and windows. Yeah, whenever I have to make a choice between the three, while I'm dating all three, I usually pick Sam when it's a choice between the three. So hopefully that steers me towards the path that I want to be on while I'm messing around. I think it's funny because, like, I'm pretty sure they all realize that I'm dating them all. They just kind of go with it. I think the only time I really see them get, like, super jealous is when I'm, like, flirting with, like, a liar or something like that, which is hilarious. I'm gonna stay with Sam. Sam blinked a few times and then smiled softly. Probably was thinking about his agency again, I bet. Oh, contention there. Who might object to such a beautiful girl? Melody, are you gonna make him sleep in an armchair? No. My mock semi-baby like that. There are enough rooms for everyone. You defiantly rolled your eyes and, grabbing your bags, dragged him to the bedroom doors. Don't carry heavy things, please. He grabbed your heaviest bag. Alex, appearing on your left, took the second one. They're so cute. Inspired, you looked at all of the bedrooms before choosing the brightest and most comfortable of them. Oh, that sounds like a... Okay. I was going to say, that sounded like a diamond choice to me, but it wasn't. Okay. Half an hour later, when everyone has finished sorting their things out, you met again in the living room. What do we do now? Well, Rachel and I will go deal with business matters, and you will go choose a car. You blinked at him in disbelief. Firstly, that will make you more mobile and independent from us. Secondly, your paranoia won't be further fueled by suspicious men on trains. And thirdly, this will be calmer for me. What's the best way of telling him that I can't afford a car right now? He turned to Sam and handed him a card. You'll go to them. I'll warn the manager. Make the purchase in my name and register the car in hers. A word of warning. You will have to pay any fines yourself. I don't have enough to cover them too. I don't know how to react. Thank him profusely, thank him calmly, or refuse his gift. That's really, really sweet of him. I mean, that's a really generous gift. I think profusely is acceptable. Okay. Regardless of pride, you rushed to hug him. Thank you. I didn't expect this at all. Of course, I didn't warn you after all. His hands wrapped around your waist, pressing your tummy to his stomach. Leaning closer, he purred softly. You won't believe it, but I won't joke about how you could pay me back for it. Oh, Lord. No way! Who are you and what have you done with Alexander? I ate him. And Melody, I want you to be safe. And as far as I know you and avoiding trouble are two incompatible things. So let me do this at least. It will be easier for me to know that you have your own transport and won't be running in suspicious taxis around the city. You bit your lip, hiding your face in his chest. Thank you. Yeah, I'm telling myself the same thing now. You snorted indignantly and lightly bit his chest. Unexpectedly, the man charmingly smiled and winked at you. No, Rain, I have to go. When should we expect you? We're going to drop by the shipyard for a surprise inspection. It might take a while, but we'll still be in touch. Having a goodbye, they left the apartment. It's really nice. Thank you, Alex. See, like, over time, he kind of warms to my palate a little bit. So I think in Chasing You is probably where I might do the most replays, because so far I really like all of the LIs, like all of them. And I want a shot, you know, dating all of them, like all the way through, you know what I mean? So, yeah. I think that, so far I think that this might be the only story where I like every single LI. That's interesting. I think they really thought well about all the different LIs. They're all very different. All different stories, it all feels different when you're dating them. And they're just all just like cool people. So far, we'll see with the whole Christopher business, because I don't know what's going on there. And that weird thing with Eve when you tied her up. She'll be good to date Alexander. Sam thoughtfully looked at Alexander's card. I wonder who he's showing off to. You arched an eyebrow. Sam, does this bother you, or I think he's cool? Does this bother you? The man shrugged. I just don't understand all these ostentatious gestures. I think if you want to give a girl a gift, you should do it silently and without witnesses. You squinted, looking at him with interest, but he already took out his phone. I'll call this manager and then we'll go. Interesting. You were met by a helpful manager in the dealership. At first, you actively participated in the discussion, choosing the main parameters of the car. But 20 minutes later, the conversation between Sam and the manager turned into white noise. Unable to withstand the flow of differential locks and intercoolers, you retreated to the sofa. Yeah, that would have been me. I'm like, is it safe? Does it have space enough for my long legs? Great! All I need to know. Tirely closing your eyes, you allowed yourself to lean back. We took everything into account and settled on 3 options. Will we take a look? Now here's my diamond option. Let's go. Alright, so we'll have a representative sedan. Okay. A sports car. Unnecessary, but okay. I bet you that doesn't have enough leg room for me. And a city car. Looks like a mix between a taxi and a bus. No. I mean, we might as well get the sports car. Disregard any risk. Or get the sedan. See, this looks more professional, but this makes me look more exotic. I don't want to be spending all of Alex's money, but I don't know. Let's just go all out. Sam would like this car, I think. I want this one. There was a playful spark in Sam's eyes. I told you, I knew he would like that car. He hesitated and lazily, even somehow teasingly said, "Are you absolutely sure about that? The car is not for pansies." You turned around and wanted to hiss, but in time you saw a sly glint in his eyes. He's teasing me. Well, then you should probably keep out of it. He laughed approvingly, passionately looking at the display. I knew he would like that car. While the manager was busy processing the purchase, you looked thoughtfully out the window. The plump sun gently tasted the city skyline. Sam, can we go and try it out? I was afraid you wouldn't ask. Aw, I love this picture. I want to see if I can get it in the background. It's so cute. You both left the winding roads of Stockholm behind. You flew along a deserted highway, enjoying the aimlessness of the trip. You know, I haven't driven out like this for so long. I'm stuck in this routine, solving problems, getting out of bad spots. You feel his gaze on your cheek, heavy, perceptive. You're tired, right? I'm tired, yeah, or I cannot deal with fatigue. I'm tired, yeah? Sam appreciated your openness. Dope. But I can't afford to be, can I? His palm gently touched your fingers on the steering wheel. Just a little, at least with me. You smiled gratefully, diligently ignoring the tears pinching the corner of your eyes. The roar of the engine and its vibration excited you. Melody, do you want to do something fun? You flatten your lips in a funny way, pulling a face like a duck's. Depends on what you mean by that. Have you ever tried drifting? Oh, Lord. We got Tokyo Drift in the house, dude. Your fingers gripped the steering wheel tighter and your heart started thumping greedily against your ribs. But that isn't safe? Right. It's not safe and it is scary, but it can come in handy in a pursuit. Ooh, okay. Pulling your gaze away from the road for a moment. It looks like there's a hand coming by. Like that tree that's passing by. It looks like a hand. That's freaking me out. Oh, you looked into his eyes. Reflecting the lights rushing past, they burn with a fanatical flame. From somewhere deep within you, a wave of fearless fun arose. You know, why not? What should I do? Stop. You immediately parked on the side of the road and turned back to him, ready to listen. First, you accelerate, then you slow down sharply, but not for too long. Oh, Lord. Is this gonna be another process? Like you did to me last time. Okay. Accelerate. Slow down. Slow down sharp. But not long. Release the brake. And quickly turn the steering wheel. Quick turn wheel. And hit the accelerator. Okay. Don't let the engine speed drop too low, the car will stop. No low engine speed. Okay. And don't overdo it with speed, otherwise it will turn it around. Okay, not too fast, not too slow. When you exit out of it, don't let go of the gas, otherwise you might lose control. That's a lot of instruction. Hopefully they don't expect me to remember this, but I'm writing it down. Don't let off gas. Got everything? Got it. Let's go. A wild and slightly insane smile on his face was his response. Reaching out his hand, he pressed several buttons on the dashboard, turning some things off and some things on. Come on, girl, do it. You pressed the gas pedal, accelerating on an empty track. Oh, Lord. They better never. Hopefully she remembered on her own. No, they're gonna make me do it. They're gonna make me do it. No. Okay. Accelerate, slow down sharply, but not long. Release the brake. Surely they won't make me read it all in one go. Now, you sharply slow down. Great. Now turn. Release the brake, turn, accelerate. I don't remember. I messed up. I don't remember. It was in a strange order. Hold on. Release the brake and quick turn of the wheel. It was written in a weird way, I swear. Whatever, man. Now I gotta buy more teacups. Oh well. Okay, we're going over the rules again. I think I should take it step by step. I freaked out and I freaked out last time. I'm gonna try it. Okay. I'm gonna take a deep breath. Accelerate. Now slow down. Great. Now turn. Okay. So we're either gonna see an option for releasing the brake or quick turn of the wheel. And then accelerate is the next step. Okay, so let's read quickly. Wait, release the brake. Turn the steering wheel to the side. Okay. Turn. Now hit the gas, accelerate, and don't let off of the gas. Press the gas pedal with all of your might, and the car rushed out from under you forward and sideways. Too many turns, we'll get turned around. Gripping the steering wheel, you lightly let go of the gas. The car straightened out. Yeah, you don't want to let go. Don't let off, he said. Don't let the engine speed get too low. The car straightened out, glided smoothly and half turned, making a wide circle. You controlled the width of the circle with barely noticeable turns of the steering wheel. Your heart was beating like a wounded bird, and your feet trembled noticeably on the pedals. Adrenaline pulsed in your blood, burned your veins, and flooded your eyes with a cobweb of capillaries. Scary, so scary, but so awesome. Sam laughed delightedly beside you. Bitter smoke from burning tires shot up from behind on the sides. You did it. Release the gas smoothly and straighten it out. Okay, release the gas smoothly, straighten it out. The impeded car refused to exit the drift so easily. But the music's calm now. You had to struggle to align its trajectory. Wow, so unruly. Breathing heavily, Sam gave you a look of frenzied glee. So how's my first time? You're great, just natural talent. I've never seen someone master drifting so quickly. Your cheeks got slightly flushed, but you proudly lifted your nose up. Yes, I am a clever girl. I'm afraid that clever barely covers your genius. Aw. Sam's racist side is coming out. Oh my god. You stopped at the side of the road. The engine reluctantly died down. From the edge of the sky, the setting sun curiously stared at you. Do you know what I want? Some coffee and a sit down somewhere by the water. I think, yeah, that's a great idea. For now, I'll just find a seating spot nearby. He buried his nose in the phone and opened the map. You chuckled and started the engine. There should be gas stations somewhere along the highway. Oh wow. Leaning on the hood, you were serenely drinking coffee. The waves of Lake Marlarin, don't know, gently licked the pier supports. My eyes, having seen all, came back to the white chrysanthemums. You arched an eyebrow in surprise, stopping the cup halfway to your mouth. Huh? Is that like a haiku like we've been hearing in what's the name? Is it called? It's called haiku. I think it is. We've been hearing in Legend of the Willow. Sorry, my brain's just like. Huh? You're a fan of romance, I see here. Here, take a cookie. It's such a pretty background. I'm gonna make this a thumbnail. He took out a large chocolate chip cookie. Something tells me that you're making fun of me now. You angrily took the cookie and started nibbling on it, looking at the man. He laughed, gently running his fingers over the hot hood. I used to love reading haiku to girls. They found it very romantic. Okay, it was a haiku. And now? He paused, looking at you over his glass. And now I find it romantic. His attentive gaze caused goosebumps to run across your hands. You turned to the lake, biting the cookie in frustration. I don't know how to react when he behaves like this. With a satisfied sigh, Sam suddenly and resolutely pulled off his shoes. What are you doing? Well, look how beautiful it is here. He sat down on the edge of the pier and happily plopped his feet into the water. How can you just look at it and not want to dive in? 'Cause I can't swim. Come on, join me. You hesitantly came closer and looked down at the water. You take your shoes off, or I take them off and throw them into the lake. Hey, they're very expensive shoes. My point exactly. Under his mocking gaze, you snorted, carefully removed your shoes, and put them next to the coffee. The lake water licked your feet, pricking them with cool needles. It's cold. Sam held out his hand, offering to snuggle up to his warm side. Thoughtfully, you dove under his arm and settled down there, warming up. Timid cricket sang behind you, and the lake splashed lazily at your feet. You know, I'd like to do something for you. Anything to make your life easier. He tenderly ran his fingers through the strands of your hair that fell into his palm. What can I do for you, Melody? You thought about it, listening to the silence of the night filled with sounds. You can keep being by my side or kiss me. Both? Let's go for the kiss, though. His head tilted in your direction, leaning closer. You readied your lips, but he was in no hurry to touch them. The man buried his nose in your hair, took a deep breath, and rubbed his cheek against it. He went lower, almost to your neck, and again slowed down. Then he pressed his lips to your temple, closed his eyes, caressing your neck with his fingers. You threw your head back, exposing your throat, and he gently stroked that too. The scent of his perfume enveloped you from all sides, entangling in your hair and getting hopelessly stuck there. Sam studied your face with his lips, tasting your skin and drawn-out kisses. You turned your face, pushing him towards a kiss, and he immediately pressed his lips to the very edge of your lips. It's like I kissed your smile. He was whispering into your mouth with a breath. You leaned forward, grabbing his lower lip with your teeth, but he deftly pulled back. Not all at once, eh? His strong hand pressed you energetically to his warm side again. You exhaled tiredly, looking at the lake. Malern majestically carried its waters past you to the Baltic Sea. This is so good, so quiet, so peaceful. Yeah, you better take a breath now because it's not gonna last. A scent of coffee mixed with the smell of water and Sam's perfume, with the coolness of the night and the shade of the foliage. Somewhere in the depths of your soul, something big, infinitely tender, started twisting. Oh no, don't catch it. I almost missed it. You were already starting to doze off when Sam shook you a little. Hey, Tenchi, you're shaking. Are you cold? I remember Tenchi meant angel. You responded with an incoherent noise like a sleepy puppy, and he firmly stood up. It's good here, but I won't forgive myself if you catch a cold. Let's go. He sat you down in the passenger seat and took the driver's seat. You yawned lightly and asked without a second thought, why don't you drift yourself? Sam froze in his chair for a few seconds and then answered quietly, because I don't deserve it. And when the engine roared, you fell asleep completely. Oh. I wonder if that's why he's, I mean, obviously he really loves his work, but I wonder if that's another reason. Like, I think she's kind of running out of money, like, a lot. Like, her whole house burned down. I think she got her inheritance, but she can't access it fully because she's not married. So I don't know how much money she has exactly. He might be working hard to make sure that he can kind of take care of her in a sense. Not necessarily take care of, but, you know, be there and, like, help her out and provide for her and stuff like that. Maybe more the way that Alexander can. It might make him a bit jealous about it as well. I don't know. So I'm just wondering what's going on with Sam and his business stuff there. And also he's a private investigator. He might be, like, seriously trying to look into finding Charles for her so that she doesn't have to worry about it. It's something that he can do in the background to sort of help her out. Yeah. So those are my guesses. I think that's why he's throwing himself into it. Plus, he has to run his own business now, so this is kind of hard when you're starting up. Early in the morning, Sam had some business to take care of. Alexander and Rachel were gone too. Apparently, they left even earlier. You had a gloomy breakfast alone, wondering what to do. Your thoughts were interrupted by a phone call. Oh, yeah, that's right. Christopher. Good morning, young lady. Am I interrupting something? Hi, Chris. No, I was just wondering what I should do. Take care of me, I beg you. I have a day off. I'm ready to take you anywhere you desire. What? Absolutely anywhere? Even to Gamla Stan? Seductive notes appeared in his voice. Today is Walpurgis Night, my beauty. Don't you want to drop by Skansen? Walpurgis Night. I don't know the tradition, but why not? Do you promise that it'll be interesting? I swear by my grandmother's prosthetic. Well then, we'll meet there in 3 hours. After quickly finishing off the breakfast, you went to get ready. Christopher met you at the entrance and immediately led you up to the square. Stopping in the middle, he spread his arms wide. Welcome to Skansen, my beauty. You looked around the crowded, cheerful square with delight and immediately stamped your foot capriciously. I want to eat and buy beautiful things. Where do you get this outfit from? Understood, my lady. He immediately galloped by the nearest display tray. Something strange. Oh, it's yummy. You leaned over the food in slight disgust. It did smell good, though. What is this? A pizza panna, a traditional dish. His eyes sparkled so joyfully that you involuntarily suspected something was wrong. I'll try it. Oh, intuition. Oh no, I was supposed to be doing logic. Oh, the points in this one tend to be quite precise that you need. Even missing one is pretty dangerous. I might have to start the season over. I guess we'll find out. You carefully took off a piece of the meat and ate it. It tasted much better than it looked. It looked good to me. Yummy. What is it? This is elk with potatoes and vegetables. He began to devour the treat together with you, insidiously fighting you for the juiciest pieces. When the food was finished, you looked around greedily. What can you do here? I suggest taking a walk around the local exhibits. He waved his hand towards the houses going down the slope. That reminds me of the Renaissance Festival a little bit. I know, I'm weird. It really does, though. I think I just have it in mind because I'm going next weekend. I'm excited. Do you know that some of these houses are several hundred years old? You squinted, tilting your head to one side. Okay, yeah, I have enough. I know that. The oldest was built in the 18th century. Christopher raised his eyebrows and you continued in a confident tone. Arthur Hazelius is an ethnographer and a philologist, I don't know, who founded in 1891. He wanted to preserve Sweden's cultural heritage for posterity, and so he started collecting houses. You continued your story as you escorted Christopher through the narrow streets of Skansen. The man listened to you with his mouth open. You know so much about this place. It's just that I always Google the place before I go anywhere. Outwardly, you only smiled indulgently, not giving away your secret. You stopped near a glassblower shop and your companion winked. I bet you've never seen a medieval glassmaker at work. You shook your head, fascinated, and followed him inside. Everything in the shop shimmered, shone, sparkled, and most importantly, was on sale. But Christopher almost immediately pulled you to the wooden barrier. Beyond it, a large, sweaty man rumbled with a pleasant bass. Well, ladies and gentlemen, who would dare to take upon the noble cause of blowing glass? You leaned against the barrier and nearly yelped as Christopher's strong arms lifted yours into the air. She wants to. Are you insane? Here are volunteers. Well, girl and boy, come here. You giggled vengefully, looking at Christopher's confused face. Don't dig one hole for another. The man chuckled and gallantly let you go beyond the barrier. So you have to work together to get the result you want. Along with him? You look closely at Christopher, sniffing with interest. I think we can do it. The man broke into a satisfied smile and looked defiantly at the glassblower. So the first thing you need to do is to get a glassblowing pipe. He handed you a long metal pipe with a wide handle. Now you need to lower the tube into the glass container and draw some molten glass. You pour into a large vat warming up on the hearth. Oh, am I supposed to be writing this down? Christopher grabbed the working end of the pipe, politely leaving you the room. You grabbed the pipe next to his palms and took a deep breath. He smells delicious. You even had to lean slightly to the side to better distinguish the smell of his perfume. Well, let's get some glass. The man pushed the pipe slightly and began to slowly rotate it to the right. You grabbed more comfortably and pulled it to the left. Oh, I wasn't. Shit. Shit! Dang it! It's a long chapter. And now I'm out of tea. And we're back. Now we're gonna rotate slowly to the right. I'm guessing pull it to the right. The tube started spinning faster, picking up the viscous glass. Now you need to blow out the bubble that will form your product. Okay. One should hold the pipe and the other should blow. Let me hold and you will blow. With all your might, we're gonna blow looking at the glass. Probably shouldn't blow with all my might. A beautiful molten ball. Okay. Without taking your eyes off the wide end of the tube, you slowly blew. The molten mass of glass began to expand, forming a beautiful ball. You're almost done. Now you only need to form the final product. Try making a flower. He held out a pair of tongs into you, pointing to a ball of molten glass. Christopher smiled encouragingly as he held the receiver in his hands. Come on, Melody, make a beauty. You grabbed the pliers more comfortably and poked, slapped, pulled. You did a great job with the shaping. Concentrating, you pulled the glass with tongs. It obediently stretched out almost without your participation, forming the first petal, and then another and another. You did a brilliant job. Yay! I had to start over to do it, but fun. At the signal of the glass blower, Christopher lowered your flower into cold water. Already almost cooled down, it instantly solidified into its shape. After a couple of minutes, the glass blower admiringly took the product out of the water and... That's cute. A glass flower, take it. Took the fragile object from his hands with trepidation. Wow, we did it. The spectators from behind the barrier applauded warmly. The glass blower nodded with pride. Well done, guys. You're a great team. You blushed slightly, glancing at Christopher out of the corner of your eye. He returned a look full of approval. Now you have a lovely souvenir from Wisconsin. Having said goodbye to the glass blower, you, satisfied with yourself, left the shop. Cool. Okay. Now that's like a bonfire. Night surrounded you with the smells of fire and the cool wind. Your eyes widened in surprise, looking at a huge bonfire in the middle of the square. Are they making a fire here? It's Walpurgis Night. Tonight the witches will arrive and the fire will scare them away. He gave you a perky and funny look. However, one beautiful witch I see isn't scared away by the fire. You raised your head, looking into his eyes. The glow of the fire reflected in them, and the hot flame made your heart skip a beat. You turned away angrily and stared straight into the crackling fire. As if I don't have enough problems already. A small but very cheerful crowd gathered on the dance floor near the fire. You shouted something to the musicians standing on the platforms. Hey, now they'll be dancing. How about a dance? You looked worriedly at the crowd, assessing your stamina. I might as well give it a shot. We'll see if Christopher has improved. Let's see where this is going. Christopher slyly flashed his eyes at you and whispered, wait a minute. Before you could blink, he disappeared into the crowd, and after a couple of minutes, you returned with, oh, Chris, why? Because you look like a goddess in this. Put it on, don't be shy. He embarrassingly took the offered traditional dress. You ran to the toilet and came back waving your skirt in the air. Christopher looked at you over with the silent approval of an artist. You look great. I didn't expect anything else from such a figure. You shyly wrinkled your nose and pulled him into the crowd. It's about to start. Let's go dance. Violins and nyckelharpa struck simultaneously with a small drum. Holding Christopher's hand, you barely had time to fly into the closing round dance. Everyone froze for a second, and then time rushed forward like a spring. People stomped and clapped, dancing in a circle and laughing to the sound of music. Christopher's hand in yours was so firm and reliable. The round dance picked you up and carried you within it, unfolding and shaking. You jumped, you clapped, stamped your legs and squatted, and then jumped up again. She picked up the dance rather quickly. Christopher was always there to raise you up. And then he suddenly shouted something in your ear and turned to face the fire. In the middle of the fire, a bald patch formed into which all the participants of the round dance jumped in turn. What should I do? Wait, could I go there? Sure. You took a running start and slipping out of the Chris's hands, flew forward. Greedy flames stretched out their paws to you, but you flew through them, fearlessly laughing and holding the skirt with your hands. You have no power over me. No power. Damn the fire, damn it all. I'm not afraid of anything. Following you, Christopher flew out into the fire with a battle cry. You collided, hugged, and almost rolled into the ground, continuing to laugh. You're incredible. You're insane. So are you. Your eyes met, his face squished by fire hung right over yours. A soft breath escaped your lips, mingling with the rush from the fire. How many people am I going to be dating in this? I don't trust him. I don't trust him. But if we seduce him, we might be able to figure out his secrets better. I don't know, guys. Oh. Should we just see what happens? I don't trust him, though. I don't trust him. This doesn't have to mean anything. Let's see what happens. You paused for a few seconds as if expecting you to change your mind, and then another flame scorched your lips. Christopher's hands confidently held you around your waist and under your shoulder blades. The smell of his perfume, the smell of the fire, the loud music, the humming in your tired legs. You felt your head spinning and your fingers were clinging to his shoulders. And it was not clear what made the world revolve around you. The kiss? The crazy night? The intoxicating sense of freedom? This kiss means nothing. I'm just not me right now. Right now, I'm a prisoner of this night. He kissed you gently as if afraid to scare you away. You stuck to him eagerly, like a traveler stupefied from the heat. When he broke the kiss, you gasped for air and went limp in his arms. Hey, lovely. Why are you so... His soft voice enveloped you and carried you away somewhere. However, his hands were also dragging you somewhere to the side, as it turned out, towards the bench. You stretched your legs wearily, allowing yourself to finally relax. On this night, witches kidnap and curse people. And for some reason, I got a witch who only has fun and laughs. He wrinkled his nose cheerfully in your direction. It was a wonderful night, Melody. Thank you for this. Thank you for bringing me out here, too. I certainly would have come out here by myself. But the loud music and the dancing, you felt sleepy. I have to go back while I can still drive. I think it's time for me to go back, Christopher. Will I see you again? Of course you will, because you're following me! You mysteriously moved your eyebrows up and down, leaving him free imagination. With a nod, Christopher stood up to walk you to the car. The apartment met you with complete silence. You threw your purse on the table and looked into all the bedrooms one by one. There was nobody. Where'd they all go? You went back to the table to get your phone and just noticed a sheet of paper. Well, at least they left a note. Thank you, but wouldn't have been better to call. But taking the note in hand, you could hardly resist a cry. Against your will, your lips slowly uttered the words inscribed on it. We have your friends, Melody. What is more dear to you, your business or them? Fudge Pop. Freaking Fudge Pop. Huh. Who has them, I wonder? Is this Alexander's parents playing a game? Could this be even Anna? Who's my friend and who is my enemy? You were gloomily sipping your coffee while watching the sunrise. You weren't able to sleep last night and instead spent it making calls. Maybe if I can get through to Frederick. But his phone was silent. You weren't able to find Goodman's number either. Auntie, how did you deal with such tasks? Your fingers again nervously ran over the note. No requirements, no instructions, this makes no sense. Once again you took out your phone and started flipping through your contacts, when suddenly your finger stopped on one in particular. I understand this is stupid, we aren't close at all, but... What other options do I have? My friends are in trouble. I'll call Elia or Eve. I don't trust Eve as far as I can throw her. I'm gonna call Elia. Because I still don't know what her and Anna's endgame here. In fact, I suspected that they might be the ones who took my friends. But now that I think about it, his boss could also potentially have been the one to take my friends. But I trust Elia more. I'm gonna call Elia. Exhaustedly closing your eyes, you listen to the long beeps. Finally, a voice hoarse from sleep said in surprise, "Hey baby, don't tell me you're behind my door right now." If it's in Stockholm, then yes. Elia, I need your help. After listening to you, the man yawned widely and sighed. Give me a minute. We're in luck. Next flight to Stockholm is in 2 hours. I just might make it. You're gonna come? Don't panic. Don't do anything stupid. Just wait for me. You gave him the address and hung up. Only the wild beating of your heart remained in the silence of the room. The room started spinning before your eyes and you collapsed on the sofa without even getting undressed. You fell asleep or lost consciousness. The instant your head touched the pillow, you woke up from the insistent ringing of the doorbell. I'm coming, I'm coming. To your amazement, 2 people stood outside the door. Hello, beautiful. This witch is with me, and I can explain why. Uh-oh. Who's the witch? Ooh. He's in casual clothes. Eve. Interesting. Eve snarled at him, but didn't start a fight. Okay. Interesting. Hello, Melody. You stepped aside, letting them into the house. Well, his boss is Russian. It could stand that that they somehow work together as well. I don't know. You don't look so good. I didn't have the best night. I still can't change my clothes. Interesting. Without further ado, she went to the kitchen and started fiddling with the kettle. You blissfully closed your eyes, anticipating the taste of coffee. I didn't know you guys knew each other. We try not to advertise it. Our patrons are in the same business. My grandmother is well acquainted with his boss, but the little witch can't stand me. You're a yapping a bastard, Elia. My point exactly. Eve returned to the room, holding a tray with 3 huge mugs on it. Now I want to hear the details. When was the last time you saw them? You started thinking as you picked up a mug. Ooh, this makes Christopher even more sketch. Because could he have taken me away to distract me? I mean, they were already gone, though. It wasn't like they were just here hanging out. I saw Alexander and Rachel the night before yesterday. Sam last night. So it could have come for them around midnight? Sam and I returned around 1 a.m. In the morning, all of them were gone. A sudden realization sent shivers down your spine. Are you saying they came here, to this apartment, while I was sleeping? You felt a rising... rage? Yeah, no reason to panic. No time to panic. These bastards have come to my house. You slam your palms on the table, causing the coffee to nearly spill out of the mugs. Oh, calm down, Amazon. You started wiping the coffee puddles with napkins. At least she didn't start crying. She slowly pulled out a pistol and put it next to her mug. With that mood, bullets are much more likely to hit their target. I have to find my friends. How can I do that? Have you called the police yet? You hesitated and then shook your head. First of all, I don't know how the kidnappers would react. And secondly, the police would probably tell me that it's too early to panic. Also, after that incident with the commissioner, I don't know how much I can trust the police. But out loud you only said, or it might just be a prank. Eve nodded while lovingly stroking the handle of the pistol. Then we can use our methods. We, meaning the Russian mafia, and you have the question hanging in the air as you squinted suspiciously at Elia. And a little more Russian mafia. Well, I'm not Russian, but you can count on me too. Am I gonna regret contacting you? Eve looked at you coldly and seriously. No one forced you to. First of all, I didn't contact you. You started sweating a little under her gaze. I must save the guys, won't allow myself to be blackmailed. Must save the guys? This is what I want to say. Is this intuition versus logic? This seems more like the logical choice, but I don't know. This is kind of more what I'm feeling. You would do what it takes for your friends. You gloomily stare into your mug. Okay, I like that answer better. At the end of the day, this happened because of me. You do anything for their sake, right? I respect that. In his hand, the mug looked almost like a toy. Lost in thought, he took a sip. Do you have any connections here, Eve? Embarrassed, the girl bit her lip and then started screaming at him. As if you have any. Well, there are a couple of informants in local ports. And how will they help us? We have no river in our apartment. Did you look out the window, Beauty? You have a small port down there. If there was any suspicious activity around here, they saw everything from there. We turned to Eve with a Cheshire cat smile. What's your contribution to going to be witch? What's up with this witch thing they have going around? Eve puffed and then exhaled nervously. Gypsies. Contrary to the girl's obvious fears, Elia did not laugh. Instead, he nodded. Dangerous and knowledgeable people. I approve. He regretfully put the coffee aside and stood up. Where do we start? By changing our clothes. She skeptically examined you from head to toe. Put on something more businesslike. You shrugged wearily and went into the room. Okay, now I can change my clothes. Okay. Got a business dress. A gangster costume. Well, I mean, everybody else is coming out here gangster. I might as well put on a gangster costume. Or a blouse and a skirt. Like a schoolgirl. Like a business lady. Like a gang boss. It looks cool. Boom. Eve opened her eyes in surprise. Where did you get this outfit? You answered her with a cold look. We have business to take care of. We have no time to discuss dresses. Eve chuckled in satisfaction, tilting her head back a little. I would say this look is hot, but you're as cold as fine steel. The Cheshire cat smile grew even wider. Ooh, I've changed my hair. Ooh, that's kind of nice. That's kind of fair. Just cut my hair short a little bit. Do a little pixie cut with the outfit. That's not bad. Let's give that a go. Cheshire cat smile grew even wider. I feel like there's something missing. She looked at you from all sides and snapped her fingers. Gold. Put on something golden. You arched an eyebrow in surprise, but immediately returned to your room. A gold chain. How's this? It's fine. Now that we're ready, where should we start? With, I'm gonna go with Elia's suggestion first. Elia nodded and went to the exit first. I mean, it's also since it's right here, I don't know where these gypsies are at. The port met you with an abundance of not-so-pleasant smells. A smell of rotten fish, algae, and oil, so you quickly stopped regretting skipping breakfast. When you passed the container, some girl clung to Elia, and then noticed you and Eve, and grimacing backed off. You're the type of girl. Shouldn't have let her get away. You're just jealous that the drunken watchman over there didn't cling to you. Yeah, totally suffering right now. Although you were walking cheerfully, your thoughts were filled with sadness. Alexander and Rachel would have found their way here. They probably looked into the ports a lot. Seeing a small crowd ahead, Elia stopped you. The guys are on a strike now and are in an aggressive mood. Our organization is a good source of income for them, but that's not a reason to relax. Think carefully when you talk to them. Me? Can't you? Or you can't do anything without me. I don't know if I want to say that. Is this like authority though? Because I don't want to be like, well, why can't you do it? Snap, crackle. I mean, should I be the one who's talking to them? I mean, I'm the one who's looking for my friends. I don't know, man. This could be intuition and logic, but... And then this sounds more logic-y. This also sounds kind of authority-wise, too. But this is not logic. I don't want to hurt his feelings, though. He doesn't get his feelings hurt easily. And it's authority. Oh, I'm glad I didn't choose the other one. I have to do everything myself. You snorted, squaring your shoulders under his mocking gaze. Our savior, I don't know what we'd do without you. I knew he didn't get his feelings hurt easily. Little bird. Turning around. Approaching the crowd, a lion held out his hand to the tallest and most terrifying looking man. Great. Valdemar, good afternoon. My name is Elia. We spoke on the phone. Good afternoon. Oh, you guy. That one. From Czech. He then looked at you and Eve, sending a light shiver down your spine. His eyes rested on you and he frowned even more. And she's what? Czech's wife? Under control or something? The poor workers were impressed by your appearance. Eve blinked in surprise and was silent for a few seconds. Is there anything to control at the moment? Well, there are no supplies now, and we're sort of on strike, but you never know. Elias stood a little closer to you and proclaimed in an official tone. Gentlemen, this is Melody. She has a request for you. Try to negotiate with the port workers. Oh! He took a step back, giving you the opportunity to continue. Hello, ahoy landlubbers. That's not what we want to say. Elia kept saying good day, gentlemen, and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go with that. This sounds polite. Valdemar slightly arched an eyebrow, but politely nodded back to you. Okay. You let out a small sigh. Good start. My house is up there. You pointed at a specific building. 3 people disappeared from that building last night. Most likely they were knocked unconscious and were carried out. I doubt they came out on their own will. I need any information you can give me. Looked around the audience and stopped at the leader. I know that you know something. That's not how you want to start something. That you're having a tough time. That you don't care about me. But you don't want to go out and see me somebody like don't care about anything though. That's also kind of rude. I'm definitely not saying number 1. But number 3 kind of sounds a little rude too. That you're having a tough time. That makes me kind of make myself seem a little bit knowledgeable. And plus, they mentioned that I was on strike, so it also implies that I was listening. So I'm like, I know you're having a tough time and you may not want to help me, but if you have any information, that could be really nice. Something like that. You decided to hit at random and with the most serious face. You're being harassed. You're offended. Your employers don't give a damn about you. The workers grunted in agreement, getting closer. Fueled by their approval, you raised your voice slightly. And you're doing the right thing by striving to defend your rights. Your work, your families. Valdemar grumbled something unintelligible, but definitely approving, okay? And I'm aiming for the same. Those people that got kidnapped are my friends. I don't know where they are, and if they're alive at all. And I'm shocked they let that happen. Why am I blaming them? Could have been in their place. We'll fight for them. Right now, I'm kind of giving a victory speech. So, we're talking about action right now. You know, it's like they're fighting for their rights. I'm gonna fight for my friends. That kind of seems like, that makes sense. I mean, this was correct too, but I kind of feel like this fits the theme of the speech that I was given. Nobody has the right to harm my friends. No one. Valdemar looked at you for a long time with an incomprehensible expression on his face. You successfully, yay! And received a businessman point. Ooh, that means I got 2 of those. Do they mark those? I'm gonna write mine down. Cause they called it an entrepreneur point before. Is that different from a businessman? I don't know. Let me write that down. So this case is different. I have 1 entrepreneur point. Cause they might have changed the name of it. They might have thought they were gonna call it entrepreneur, then they changed it to business. And then I have 1 businessman point. Okay, but they might be the same thing. Let me also put that. Okay. Finally, he nodded and addressed the man crowding behind him. Did you hear what that pretty little siren said? Jog up your memory and figure out what you saw, you drunks. If I later find out that someone somehow forgot or something, I'll personally knock their teeth out myself. He turned to you and squinted good-naturedly. And you, lady, will go far, or something. You're smart. For successful negotiations, you received a businessman point. Ooh, okay. I got 2. I'll call Elia when the guys are done thinking. I think something will remember something. You nodded and held out your hand to him. He grunted in surprise but obediently shook hands with you. Your hand was firm and did not tremble a bit. Path of high authority. The worker hesitated awkwardly for a few seconds, then announced, "You seem like a good lady. If there's anything else you need, just say the word. Valdemar." We're always, happy to work with, strong bi women. What was he gonna say? He upped a piece of paper with a phone number. Okay, I got a contact. Call us if you need anything. You took it to yourself but nodded calmly. Thank you, Valdemar. I will not forget this service. Having politely said goodbye to the workers, she left the port. Okay, now to the gypsies. Let's go to my informants. Great, I've always dreamed of getting to know the gypsies better. There was no enthusiasm in your voice. Elia and Eve got out of your car right away. You lingered for a few moments, allowing excruciating anxiety to engulf your entire body. Guys, please be safe. Well, at the very least, alive. For a second, you imagined the face of the unconscious and bound Rachel. You quickly jumped out of the car before you could think of anything else. Business first, suffering later. I need to stay focused. The closer you got to the camp, the clearer the smell of tobacco, fire, and sour sweat became. Eve nervously shrugged her shoulders from time to time. Don't worry, they won't eat you. You're safe with me. What do you mean? I'm afraid for you. Look how big and probably tasty you are. She poked her fingers at his side and winced. Although probably not. Stay here, brute. You'll scare them. Left the disgruntled Elia behind. Together you approach the camp. Can we bring Elia? I don't trust you. Okay. Noticing you, a flock of children began circling around you. They laughed and giggled, and suddenly you realized that you could not take a step forward. The children started tugging at your trousers, squealing. Well, I feel like this must be a quick choice. What would be the best course of action here? Someone pulled your hair. Turning abruptly, you saw adults in the distance carefully watching you. This is a test. Oh, is this a test? I'm going to earn the respect of the gypsies. Scream at you, call the police, or curse you. I don't think they're scared of the police, and that's probably not what I should be. If I'm going for gangster right now, that's probably not what I should be talking about. Squealing to the police. Scream at you, what that gonna do? They're curse you. We're talking a lot about witches and curses and crap, right? You flashed your eyes menacingly, straightened your shoulders, and started a slow incantation. What are you saying? The children became quiet and fright. The dump around you instantly settled. Some girls screeched in fright and backed away from you. You immediately rushed to take advantage of your success, bulging your eyes and advancing on them. Oh, I don't remember what comes next. Nobody was waiting for the rest of your incantations. The children scattered, screeching in horror. Eve arched an eyebrow, clearly impressed by your performance. Well, I'll be damned. Cool. What was that you said? Oh, nothing. Your incipient skirmish was interrupted by the appearance of a woman. I don't know what she said, but her outfit is dope. That sounds like a greeting. Should I remember that? Te amas. Dali. Sarah. Who did you bring to us, Eve? She shamelessly examined you from head to toe. Then she suddenly smiled broadly. Hey, let me tell you your fortune, beautiful. I'll tell you the future. I'll show you your groom. I will tell you your fortune myself. I don't believe in this at all. Don't want to go there. I don't need those services. I'm not trying to straight up turn down services. I'll tell you your fortune myself now. That sounds kind of rude. I won't say I don't believe in this at all, though. That's definitely not the right answer here. I don't need those services. I'll tell you your fortune myself now, or I don't need those services. I don't know which is the right answer, though. The first one sounds kind of rude, though. Oof. Also sounds kind of gangster. I don't know what to do. I can, for example, guess what you could be jailed for. Or again, I can guess how much money you will receive today. Or of course, if you're honest with us. Eve grunted approvingly from the side. Oh. The gypsy threw up her hands and grinned. Why didn't you say right away that you came to talk about business? Sorry, this is my friend Melody. She needs help. She looked at you expectantly as if to say, come on, talk. Sorry, my partners have disappeared. I lost my family. Your beggars are everywhere. My partners have disappeared. I don't know if we should make it more about family. I feel like we should. Your beggars are everywhere. That makes it sound knowledgeable, because they probably are. But how does it seem like when I said that I lost my family? Does that make me seem incompetent? This is hard to navigate. I got 2 out of 3 so far. Oh, I just need 1 more, most likely. Usually these come in 3s. I'm doing so well. Okay, I lost my family. Push your hands, but your lip and nervously stare at the floor. That's maybe not good, sir. Bad people came to our house at night and then kidnapped them. My fiance was kidnapped along with 2 of my friends. My fiance? I don't know how to find them. I need to find them, sir. Fiance, you say? You're too old for just a fiance. It is high time for you to have a husband, children. My parents died, so I chose for myself. Spent a long time searching. The gypsy chuckled, putting her hands on her hips. Nothing is more important than family, Melody. I would kill for my own people and tear the throats of anyone who would threaten them. I think that's a good sign. Following her gaze, she noticed the boy. You're brilliant negotiating with the gypsies, and you got another businessman point. Yay! I'm racking them up. Are these gonna be on the end title screen now? I hope I remember to look. I'll help you, Gajo. You have to fight for your family. She shook her skirts and waved her hand. Tell me more about what happened. You proceeded to tell the gypsies about the events of the past few days. She listened carefully and shook her hair. I'll ask everyone. It will take time. I see, but you also understand every minute is precious to me. We'll do everything as fast as we can. Path of high authority. You exhaled diligently, hiding your anxiety behind a smile. Sarah narrowed her eyes shrewdly and suddenly pulled a bracelet from her wrist. I can feel your anxiety, girl. Here, take this. A gold bracelet. Pretty. I'll have to take off my necklace. I don't even know what to say. The gypsies respect you. Don't say anything. If you ever need something from Romani, show them this bracelet. Okay, I'm making connections everywhere. This is nice. Okay, this is interesting. This kind of reminds me of a little bit of Souls in the Fog. You know, you went around making connections with all different like spirits and stuff like that, and then at the end, everybody came together, and it was all cool. So making little contacts everywhere, all around the world. This is pretty dope. Romani, show them this bracelet. It will unlock hearts. Thank you, Sarah, from the bottom of my heart. Saying goodbye, you tiredly walk back to the car. Success? Complete. She behaved like a natural leader. You brushed her aside, not finding the strength for a full-fledged argument. Now we just have to wait. Yeah. When was the last time you ate? I don't remember. Well, let's go feed you. And the witch too, otherwise she'll be completely out of control. I still have the gun, remember? Oh lord, is that seduced by the rhythm, people? Look at them. Why is there only 4? Who'd that be in the background? What happened to Brandon? I had to catch up. I thought you invited me to eat. Yeah. So why are we sitting in a karaoke bar? Mia managed to bite off a decent piece of burger and rolled his eyes. Eve rubbed her temples with her fingers and turned away from him. Because I personally wanted to devour something and this place was open. Didn't you mean eat? We're way past eating. You without any appetite poked at the potatoes with your fork. Eat. You need to regain your strength. I know it helps get an appetite. You raised an eyebrow. A glass of wine. Oh lord. Again? Was a last time not enough for us? I said a glass, not a bottle. Eve. Don't you want to relax? No. Not around you! Who's gonna drive the car? Her crazy ass gets drunk and she started attacking me again to tie her up. I will. I even have my license with me. See? He'll drive. After grumbling for another minute, you gave up. The first class brought a feeling of lightness and calmness to your body. The second, a feeling of courage and excellent vocal skills. How many glasses you gonna have? Lord. Some guys on the stage were singing on key. You stood up resolutely and pushed the chair aside. If you're gonna sing with me, Elia, you will sing with me. I'm about to sing. I feel like we need to get closer to Eve too. For the same reason I'm getting closer with Christopher as well. We've got a pretty good rapport going already with Elia. So let's take this time to make some connections with Eve. It seems like she's gonna be around. It might help for her to be a little bit closer to us. So let's spend some time with Eve this time. Plus, this was her idea. Eve grunted in surprise, but didn't resist your hand. I call dibs on picking the song. Well, alright. You climb to the stage and with a slight movement of your hip, asked the performing young man to come down. Eve climbed on stage after you and took hold of the microphone. What song is that? Oh, you'll love it. She briskly danced in place, slightly nudging you with her hip. Come on, liven up, we're having fun. You also started jumping a little, trying to get into the rhythm. Seduced by the rhythm, Eve began to sing, throwing her hand on your shoulder. I don't know the words, but the rhythm turns to be so simple that you almost immediately adapted to it. Well, let's give it a shot. Right at the start, we'll make a promise. Eve started happily shaking her head to the rhythm. Just you and me, we're being honest. We'll run away, nothing will stop us. Just as the night's falling around us. Nothing can stop this. Not now I'm with you. They're not gonna hear us. Why are we singing? Not gonna hear us. Eve jumped even more energetically, practically knocking you off the stage. Another chorus. Nothing can stop this. Not now I'm with you. They're not gonna hear us. Not gonna hear us. Judging by the way Elia tried to hide under the table, you didn't sing very well. But it was so fun! In a bit of excitement, Eve jumped on you, leaned against you with her entire body, and breathed hot wine in your face. Okay, so I'm guessing she is an ally. If you can kiss her too, you can also kiss Christopher. So we have 2 new allies. Interesting. Should we kiss Eve? You know what? She raised bright wide eyes at you. No. No? Because I'm gonna do it first. And she dug into your lips with enthusiasm of a young research scientist. The microphone fell out of her hand and hit the floor, causing a screech in the speaker. Ouch. The music continued to beat rhythmically into your ears, making your blood boil. Eve put her hand on your neck, pulling you closer. Her kiss was drunkenly bold, impudent with a hint of despair. You awkwardly held the microphone with one hand while grasping her waist with the other. From the audience, there was whistling and hooting. You, without looking up from her lips, gave the audience the finger. The whistles became even louder, mixed with laughter. Eve parted from your lips, looked into your eyes, and from under half-closed eyelids. Let's go back down before I shoot everyone here. You curled your lips in embarrassment, picking up your brain piece by piece. Agreed. Proudly straightening your shoulders, you went back to your table. You girls made quite the show. Ambient silence brewed. The man snorted, raising his hand to call the waitress. Seems we should go. You whined, grabbing the edge of the table with your fingers. But I don't want to yet. Informants can call at any time. Dang! She was all serious. This phrase instantly blew away all the moodiness from you. Let's go home. We'll wait in a calmer atmosphere. Why is it so hazy? Leaving the bedroom the next morning, you almost hissed at the abundance of light. Why is it so bright? I opened the curtains. Good morning. You wrinkled your nose, showing him your displeasure. That's what you get for sleeping until 2 in the afternoon. We have news for you. Catching her gaze, you pursed your lips in embarrassment. Oh, we kissed yesterday. Shouldn't have been drinking. But Eve's face was absolutely calm and focused. Okay, let's leave that discussion for later. Did one of the informants call? Elias smiled mockingly, looking at Eve. Well, there's no word from the Gypsies yet. They're still gathering information. But the worker sent us this. He handed you a phone with a blurry photo. Who's this? If we knew, we would tell you the name, no? You were embarrassed, but immediately shoved your emotions aside. What do you think about how we can find them? The guys looked at you expectantly. Oh, Lord. It's blurry. Let's keep the police out of this. Search social networks. Find a face recognition program. How are we gonna do that? And plus the picture is blurry. I don't think the face recognition will be able to pick it up that well if it's blurry. So it might not be accurate. Why are there 3 options? Oh Lord. I'm still like on display. I'm like having to impress them right now. And I don't know what the right thing to do is. What is searching social networks gonna do? So we search them and then what? Like, if to do that, we'll have to find. You can't just search wildly. The internet is too broad for that. Unless you know something that I don't right now. To me, if you don't know this person, it won't be that easy just to find them on a social network. So we could try a face recognition program. It's blurry though. I don't know if this is sensible. But I feel like this is like a wild goose chase. And once again, contacting the police is still out. Maybe? You think it will help? Just look dubiously at how you frantically rummaged through your laptop. We have to try. The very first site gave you 18,000 people that look similar to the picture. 1 dog and 2 ferrets. Yeah, it's too blurry. I think it's the dog. You opened her mouth, but you interrupted her with a gesture. Okay, that was a stupid idea. Now let's search those networks. How many 1,000 Swedes have signed up on Facebook? And what if he's not Swedish? Oh well, then let's check all the white people of the planet. No problem. Yeah, I know. Contact the police? Really? That was the one? Eve instantly tensed. Is that really a good idea? We'll find out if we can even get through. At night I was unable to, but now. You have the station number at Patali Bridge and listen to the beep with bated breath. Then spend 10 minutes explaining why you needed Goodman. And finally, okay, if we're going to Goodman. Detective Gilbert Goodman, listening. Good morning, a good man. Oh, Goodman. Hello, this is Melody Harris. I need your help. After listening to you, he said calmly. You need to contact the local police immediately. I have 2 members of the mafia at my side and they won't be too happy about it. Of course I will, but I already have a photo of the suspect. Do you think we can find his name from the photo? Goodman thought about it then and sighed. Send it to me, I'll see what I can do. For almost an hour, you circled around the phone like a vulture waiting for a message. I've never looked forward to a message before like I am now, Gilbert. Finally, your prayers were answered. You plopped down on the sofa, picked up the phone, and eagerly unlocked it. Guys, we have a name and an address. Let's go visit the fool then? Yes, and immediately. Breathing heavily, you got up. I'll find you guys soon. Please hang on just a bit longer. Whew, okay. Are my business points on here? They're not. Interesting. Then maybe they don't come into play this season? I'm gonna assume I have 4 business points. I'm gonna assume that the entrepreneur points is the same as business points. Especially because I haven't ever made any more entrepreneur points. Okay. Okay. So this is an interesting episode. So we weren't with our normal group of investigating friends. We were with a new group of investigator friends, and you're kind of just expanding your team. And I kind of like it. Like, I feel like right now, this whole update, we've been focused on mostly new people, kind of expanding our horizon, gaining new contacts and things like that. That's a really exciting turn. So I feel like we're moving towards like gang boss territory, and it's pretty awesome. I don't know. Yeah, it definitely reminds me of Cells in the Fog. For sure. You know. Yeah. That's pretty cool. I don't know if we should keep going though. I've already been recording for like an hour and 40 minutes. It'll be a long episode. Y'all said y'all didn't mind. You know what? Let's keep going. Episode 6. The story of a princess who tamed a dragon and saved a couple of knights along with their horses. Interesting. Okay. Let's see what that means. Alrighty then. So it seems like it's timely time for us to save our peeps. I wonder what information we can get from the gypsies. Chapter 6. I will find you. The flimsy door flew off its hinges with just 2 kicks from Elias' huge foot. A brief thought appeared through the veil of rage. How stupid would we feel if we opened the other way? You went inside and looked around the room. Hey, who are you? What are you looking for here? What are you looking for here? Oh yeah, for here. Are you cold? Looking for you, you bastard. The man jumped up and reached for the pistol lying on the table. Eli almost playfully hit him in the jaw. There was a loud crunch and the man fell back on the chair, moaning heavily. He waited for a while until he stopped his wailing and sat down in the chair next to him. Hi, Miguel. Let's have a little chat. He looked at you and steadily pressed his lips together. Miguel Philip Silva da Costa never gave out his secret to anyone. You just gave out your full name, bro. Well then, who'll be your first? Look back at your companions. Would you like to help me, Eve or Elia? I still feel like we're closer to Elia than with Eve. So I know what Elia is capable of. Let's see what she got. And Elia got the entrance to the apartment, right? Gladly. With visible pleasure, Eve cocked the gun and stood behind you. You gently ran your fingers over your own throat. Let's start simply, Miguel. Why did you kidnap my friends? He curled his lips, leaning back slightly. Okay, maybe you can tell me who paid you to do it. Silence again. I would also love to know exactly where you left my friends. No? You won't say? He looked at you with eyes still a bit dim after Elias hit. I see. Well, we'll have to use other methods. What am I talking about? I've never interrogated people using force anyway. How to make Miguel talk. Use the power of persuasion. Avenge your friends. Do it with someone else's hands. Okay, that means sticking Eve or Elia after him. Avenge your friends sounds like I'm trying to kick his butt. But let's just go ahead and use the diamond choice. How would Auntie do it? Looked Miguel in the eyes and sighed. Well then, that's your business. I would not insist. Can we just knock out his teeth? Eve, we aren't barbarians. Really? Well, I'll also vote for the teeth. I think we can resolve this peacefully. You got up, dusted yourself off, and thoughtfully looked around. Do you have 2 apples and a mug of tea for lunch? Did you have 2 apples and a mug of tea for lunch? Curious. Let me guess, you haven't actually been paid for the job yet, right? Judging by the flashing eyes of the mercenary, you were correct. Ooh. The companions looked at each other in surprise. Look at you. A bit of deduction is everything, right? You turned to Miguel again. This is not a good sign. How much time has passed? 2.5 days? Are you sure he will pay you, Miguel? Of course. I did what he asked. Okay, so it's a he. You screwed up, Miguel. If you were able to find you so quickly, the police will also will. I'll just tell them what I've been learned and soon you'll be with them. How legal is your stay here in Sweden? The man suddenly lowered his eyes to the floor. But things could be different. You nodded to a lie and he pulled out a small stack of cash. It's probably less than what you were promised, but it's money nonetheless, and no police. What do you say? For a while, Miguel puffed unkindly, looking at the floor. Then he grunted. You earned an entrepreneur point. They're different! Oh, they are different. Interesting. What does that mean? Okay. Okay. What does it mean to be a businessman versus being an entrepreneur? What do you want to know? He squatted down in front of the man again. Let's go in order. Are my friends alive? I don't touch them. Bring to the place, leave food and water, leave. How did you knock them out? He gives me 3 ampoules, each with a name. Has someone calculated those specifically for each of them? But where'd they get this data? Who gave you the ampoules? I don't see. Take the ampoule from the mailbox and the phone, too. Phone. Give me a phone to call. I called today, but no one has answered yet. Give it to me. The man hesitated and nodded at the bedside table. After a bit of digging, you fished out an ancient push-button telephone from there. Wow, these still exist? And they even work? Amazing. There was only one contact recorded in the phone book. You pressed the call button. You closed your eyes, listened to the long beeps, and when you're about to hang up... Good afternoon, Miguel. Not exactly. For a while, there was silence at the other end of the line. Miss Melody Harris. How did you... What do you mean, how did you? British accent and lack of manners. And also, you were speaking from Miguel's phone. Don't seem to have much in terms of manners yourself and knew that I would find you. I was intuition? I thought that was logic. Of course. You're a smart girl, Miss Harris. What are you after? Only your welfare. I want to spare you the myriad problems associated with your late aunt's business. Why do you need it? Me? I have no need for it. I just don't want it to exist. What would you benefit from that? Benefit is not a concept that I am accustomed to using in such matters. Nevertheless, your friends are alive and completely safe, considering this to be a warning. But next time I can be less delicate. It was infinitely nice to meet you. Tell Miguel that he will receive the money tomorrow. Enjoy your day, Miss Melody Harris. The phone impassively squeaked in your ear with short beeps. You swore and were immediately surprised by that. Well, what did he say? That Miguel will receive his money tomorrow. Is that all? The guys are fine, but somehow I still don't believe him. Turned to Miguel, who had perked up his ears. Where are they? Realizing that he will receive his money anyway, Miguel cheerfully gave you the address. Without looking up from the road, you grunted. Eve, how did you know that Alexander dropped someone at some ball? Yeah. The girl blinked in surprise. Why are you asking? Because this weirdo got ampoules with names. So the dosage was calculated exactly for each of them. So someone had access to their medical records. From where? How would you look for such information? Social engineering? What does that mean? It's the services of a programmer. I probably would hire a programmer. Right? I don't know. And I would have hacked the hospital server where it was, or the city archive, or both. You shrugged your shoulders, expressing both agreement and doubt. You can also hire someone to collect a dossier. A private detective, for example. Personally, I did just that. Me, a detective, has put together a dossier on Alexander, Sam, and Rachel for you. Yours too. And also one on Goodman and Frederick. Did you know he slept with Annette? Yeah. And I must say, I regret knowing that. Personal information is a myth these days. Nothing is personal anymore. Take it right here, beautiful. You turn and nervously step on the gas. You stop the car at the entrance to the forest. I think this is the place. Wait. The man looked thoughtfully into the gap between the trees. The car is too visible. We'll immediately get spotted. I suggest we walk. Judging by the map, it's not far. You shut it all over and stare at the forest. I don't see anyone. That doesn't mean that there's nobody there. She cocked the pistol and readied herself. Be careful not to shoot us, witch. I suggest you run faster than the bullets. Maybe we should split up. Melody will come in from the north, Eve from the back. North. I'll go straight down the road to divert attention. You know, this is how all bad horror movies start. Well, then I'll be divided first and you have nothing to worry about. After exchanging glances with Eve, he got out of the car and moved first. Sighing, he looked back at the highway and also left. Having gone a little deeper into the forest, you looked around warily. Ooh, this music. Haha! Like, everything is clear, but something feels off here. You stopped and looked around even more closely, and almost immediately you noticed a rope stretched along a tree trunk up ahead. Your hair stood on end. Oh, it's a snare. There are traps here. Oh, shit. I have to be extremely careful. Clenching your fist, you begin to carefully examine the area. You got the chance to defuse the first trap and find your way out faster. Ooh, I'll get through. I just need to look around. There's a one there. You slowly made your way through the thick bushes. A stubborn branch whipped at your leg, startled you, stopped you in place. Time to look around. Everything seems to be in order. I don't like it here. I should go back. There's a line right there. This is not in order. Nah. Gritting your teeth and listen to your thumping heart, you move back. Dude, that don't look good. And there's like spikes coming out of that side. Oh, hell no. The sun's rays made their way through the crowns of the trees, turning the ground into the chessboard. Thanks to your intuition, you found a safe place. Okay, I would say, that didn't look good. Like, no, that wasn't right. Strange, somehow this place seems safe. Should I pass through here or turn? It's better not risk it. Well, they said this was a safe place. Might as well risk it. Without losing your vigilance, you crossed another group of trees. There was a clearing behind it and a house suddenly appeared. Yes! I got through. You managed to bypass the traps. Woo! You were in no hurry to get out of the protection of the trees and walked along the perimeter of the clearing. From time to time, twigs and leaves crunched under your feet. You shouted inwardly, imagining an attentive killer in the bushes, or some kind of death trap right under your feet. Crunch. That wasn't me. Your heart started a frantic dance. You started to turn. Too slowly, a hand covered your mouth. You got caught. Bite the hand. You managed to slightly open your jaw and painfully snatch a soft base of the middle finger. Damn, the girl has fangs. From an excess of feelings, she clung to him. Hush, Lila Kitten. Lila Cotton. What does that mean? I'm gonna write it down. I'll look it up later. Ignoring your angry panting, he pulled you to his chest. Pressing your cheek against his chest, you suddenly heard his heart. It was pounding so hard that it seemed to hit you in the face, jumping out. Has anyone touched you? Are you hurt? No, I was looking for you. The man was shaking slightly from the sharp beating of his heart. I thought they were killing you here. I'm fine. Be quiet for a minute, okay? He pressed his chin to your head and stood there, squeezing you into himself. Slowly, very slowly, his heart rate began to return to normal. Finally, he exhaled. I see you're not alone here. I'll call the others now. He swayed to let you go, then stared at his hands in amazement. They were still wrapped around you. After thinking for a few seconds, Alexander quietly whistled. After a moment, there was a rustling from the side, and your group has reunited. You hugged everyone at once in turn. Rachel did not stop sobbing. Sam was smiling stupidly. Even Alexander, instead of jokes, only hugged you in heartily. Finally, after the moment of joy, you shook yourself. Is there anyone else here? Besides your companions? Oh, have you noticed? Well, you were hiding like professionals. Oh, Lord. What, just give them like random jumpsuits? You were hiding like professionals. Sarcasm is inappropriate here. We have come to save you. Thank you. We have already coped with this task. But why only now? How long were we there? Approximately 2.5 days. Alexander grimaced. It's a long story. Tell me, yeah, in detail. Your relationship with your friends has improved. Alexander sarcastically glanced at the gloomy Sam and said, well, it all started when we woke up. In the silence of the sunset, there was a growling of the stomach. Immediately after it, Sam swore in Japanese and vomited again. It's so nice to wake up with you in the morning. Rachel, awake for an hour, now grimly remarked, it's evening. That does not diminish my tender feelings. He looked around the room with eyes dull from nausea and tried to move his hands. They were tied to the back of the chair tightly and their legs were bound to its legs. Where are we? If I knew, we wouldn't be here anymore. Am I the only one who feels like shit? I vomited an hour ago. I was driven by sheer mischief. There's also a bit of stubbornness in the mix. Rachel just shook her head in annoyance. Where's little Miss Harris? Not with us. Not in this room, at least. Alexander turned pale. Sam raised his head, too. Do you think she could have been... One more word, Samuel. We'll have a big fight. His voice was deceptively calm, even a little lazy. We need to get out. Get unbound for a start. Alexander tried to move his shoulders and hissed. We've been sitting here for a long time. My hands are numb. What should we do? Suggest we gnaw them through, take a closer look at the ropes, till them loose up with our bare hands. Take a closer look? What will that do for us? We'll admire them. Rach, what does it not look like? The girl threw her head back, trying to examine his hands. Well, one loop on each hand. Figure 8? Yeah. Great. Biting his lip, he pulled one hand to the side. The vein on his neck swelled and throbbed. He pulled even harder, and suddenly he slipped out of the loop with the other hand. You did it. Breathing heavily, Alexander dangled his arms in front of the 2 lifeless loops. Yeah, now we'll set you free. It took almost an hour to stretch his hands, free the others, and inspect the house. There's food and water in the fridge. We're carrying kidnappers, and they probably didn't forget to mix in the sleeping pills. The girl shuddered and put the sandwich aside. There are bars everywhere, and the door is dirty. Melody isn't here. She might not have been touched. Or they could have taken her somewhere else, and... He didn't finish the thought, but everyone present also stared out the window. Okay, let's get out of here. Who among us knows how to open doors? I know. We just need to find something suitable. The next few hours spent looking for knitting needles, hairpins, or paper clips. These 2 kept nagging me for not using hairpins. As a result, we broke a piece of wire out of some contraption in the kitchen. This is my first time opening a lock with 6 hands. To be honest, it would have been easier with lockpicks. I think it would have been easier without you. Rachel gave the man a precisely calculated slap. He hissed and chewed up a little. We didn't have any means of communication. There were traps in the forest. We decided to wait until morning. It would be safer. And then we couldn't resist and had a snack. Well, and fell asleep. And then when we woke up, we heard the noise of a car and quietly got out to see who was there. But I left my car at the entrance to the forest. You all immediately tensed and again turned your attention to the house. A confused light just came out of there. There was someone else here besides us. You became very uncomfortable. A chill started forming between your shoulder blades. Biting your lip, you looked pitifully at Alexander. He reached out and pulled you closer to his side. The car should be behind the house. There seemed to be an overgrown road. A frozen Rachel slowly nodded. I'll check. No, we don't go alone, bro. You don't think we'll let you go alone to a potential killer, do you? Rachel smiled gratefully, clutching your fingers in her palm. Dispersed at a distance of several meters from one another, you slowly moved around the house. No. We didn't know splitting up. No. Yeah, you go check it out. Hell no. When the corner of the house stopped blocking the view from you, you stretched your neck up. What's he doing here? The man leaned over to the foliage and gently parted it. A rope peeped out from under the dead cover. Is he setting traps? Unable to restrain yourself, you yelled angrily and immediately covered your mouth with your hand. Christopher quickly raised his head and looked around. Damn, I scared him off. From the side there was a crackling of branches. It was Alexander and Sam who were tearing through the bushes. Christopher jumped off and rushed to the car, which was parked at a distance. Oh no, this sounds like, oh god. What are we gonna do? Don't let him get away. If I let him go now, I will never know who was behind it. Twins are so similar, they confuse me. What to do? Run after him and approach the situation wisely. Wisely, of course. With one quick glance from right to left, you notice Eve in the bushes near the house. The girl hissed, tearing off annoying thorns from herself. Eve, to hell with them, shoot! Eve twisted your voice. Her hand with the pistol flew up. Where? At him. Without hesitation, Eve threw up her weapon and fired. A second before that, Christopher dove behind a tree trunk 3 steps from the car. Before you had time to think, missed. Blood dripped on the ground. Holding onto his shoulder, the man rushed on. Well, now we'll be able to tell the twins apart. Eve, do you want to kill him? You bit your lip and rushed into the race after the man. The tires of Christopher's car squealed, turning the car almost in place. Breathing heavily, you stop on the path looking after the leaving car. You've been able to tag one of the Cadigan twins. This I will now know exactly which one of the twins was here. There were footsteps behind you. It was... Sam? A second later, your view was blocked by Sam's back, who had arrived in time. Sam was worried about you as his girlfriend. Okay! That sounds pretty definitive. Damn it, Melody. If your life is not dear to you, give it to me. I'll find something to do with it. At least I won't waste it on dangerous encounters with strange men. He turned to you and his eyes flashed angrily. Hey, I knew what I was doing. I don't doubt that, and I knew I almost went crazy thinking that you were dead back there or worse. What could be worse? He exhaled briefly and pulled you towards him, almost depriving you of air. That's the last thing you need to know, Tenshi. After a pause, he added, the idea was great. You did well. Now you will know which of them was here. But you added a couple of gray hairs to my head, honestly. His lips gently touched your forehead. His hands were trembling a little, but they held you more tightly than steel ropes. I prefer you to let a more protected me take the front lines. How are you more protected? Are you growing a bulletproof vest? Sam scratched his chest like a hairy Neanderthal and grunted with laughter. At least I know when to chase the enemy and when not to. A blinding lightning flashed in your brain. You squirmed in his arms. He's escaping. We must catch up with him. We'll follow him along the road. Hopefully he gets stuck in the woods somewhere. You go to the car, try to intercept him on the track. There are traps everywhere. What traps? I got caught on the other side too. There were none of those such a road though. Go back through it. You nodded and rushed down the borrowed road back to the car. Sam, Rachel, and Alexander jumped into the car almost faster than you. What was he doing there? Let's catch up to him and ask. You recklessly pressed the accelerator pedal to the floor. How are you gonna catch up to him? You bared your teeth in a predatory grin. Take my phone and open a map of the area. Rachel was able to do so first. You see, there is... Ah, shit! I didn't look at it! A circular road. I should have looked at it! He has nowhere to go there. It's the only road there with nowhere to turn. He will get onto the track about 2 kilometers ahead. Alexander pulled the phone towards himself and looked at the map for a while. Impeccable logic. The car sped up and you only clenched your teeth more tightly. Suddenly Sam leaned forward and grabbed you by the shoulder. Melly, slow down. Huh? Bam. The car jerked to the left and only your firm grip on the steering wheel saved it from the crash. The wheel has burst. Let go of the gas. You release the gas pedal in fear. Oh no. And the car jerked hysterically again. The engine hummed with displeasure, losing speed. Let's go to the gas station, just very slowly. Can you drive 300 meters? Yes, hopefully. You rolled very slowly towards such a well-located gas station. The left front wheel was squelching. This car was nearly toppling sideways. You really wanted this to be over already. Finally, you managed to roll your car into the gas station parking lot. Well, now we've lost him. Your trembling fingers didn't want to let go of the steering wheel. My last nerve cell begs for mercy. Sam's face was looming over your shoulder. Hey, ladies, are you okay? You smiled faintly and closed your eyes, trying to cope with your surging fatigue. I need coffee and 12 hours of normal sleep. There'll be coffee now. Without asking, he took your wallet and got out of the car, dragging Sam along. Rachel sighed heavily. You should go out and stretch your legs. You shook your head wearily. I'm currently unable to move. I need to sit. The girl bit her lip, looking at you with endless sympathy. I'll be right back, okay? Will you sit here alone for a couple of minutes? You raised your thumb up and the girl kissed your forehead and left the car. Silence rang in your ears. You shook your head, covering your eyes. The opposite door opened and slammed. Oh no. Rachel, I would like a chocolate bar. Ask the guys to get it, huh? Ugh. He's so smarmy looking. Rachel's a little busy right now. How to react? You sharply waved your hand and tried to press your palm into the center of the steering wheel. A strong hand grabbed your hand, still awater with stress halfway. Why so nervous? Who are you? We spoke recently on the phone. That wasn't you. The stranger blinked, then stretched his lips into a dry smile. Why not? You have a completely different voice. This is nonsense. The voice I heard on the phone was not quite like that. But the accent, you lived in America for a long time, right? The one I spoke to was pure British. And most interestingly, I've already heard this accent somewhere. Not even the accent itself, but this manner of speech, such special vicious notes. The twins talk like that? No, that's stupid. It's just they were British too, and they have a local accent. Besides, the voice was older. It couldn't have been any of them. Thanks to your logic, you have found out some interesting information, but still, what a strange feeling. The man paused, looking at you with some apprehension. You are a very smart young lady, Miss Harris. What do you want from me? Just signatures on a couple of papers, nothing complicated. You want me to go out of business, right? But I can't do that because I don't own it. Your lawyer thinks differently. Anthony? I can't say he was eager to cooperate, but we were very persuasive. My friends will be back any minute now, and then we'll talk differently. Are you sure? You looked good-naturedly out the car window. You looked too. Your friends were standing behind the glass showcase of the gas station, and around them there were 4 calm but unfriendly-looking people. Having made his point, the stranger picked up a leather briefcase from the floor of the car, which you did not notice. So, Miss Harris, how do you feel about a few signatures? Wow. Wow. Okay, wow. That was wild, dude. That was absolutely wild. I don't even know, like, Why does he sound familiar? But it wasn't the person I spoke to on the phone, so he's not the actual big bad guy. He just one of his henchmen working for him. And why does she say he sounded kind of similar to the twins? Could it be that the twins have to do stuff because their father is making them do it? And this could almost be like their uncle or something? I don't know, man. Wow. That's pretty crazy. Jeez. That's a lot to digest. Unfortunately, the twin got away, but we did tag them, so we can tell if it was Edward or Christopher. But what was the point of him taking me out to distract me? Was that actually part of the plan or what? And isn't it weird that he said he had business the night before? But he wasn't the one who did the kidnapping. But isn't it weird? Like maybe he was the one who delivered the ampules things. Right? That's crazy. I don't know, man. We got 26 logic points, 16 intuition, 2 entrepreneur points, and 3 business points. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll leave it right here. I don't know what's going on. I'm excited to find out what happens next, though, for sure. So I'm very much looking forward to the next update. But yeah, I'm going to end it right here, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and show a like button, some love, subscribe to see more content like this, and I will see you next time. Bye!